To be a warrior means you must possess a good 3 particular qualifications: the skills of a warrior, worthy goals, and a significant amount of intelligence. Welcome to Warriors in Fiction, and in this series we take fictional characters and determine whether or not they can be considered a warrior. So go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new. I was wrong about Subaru Natsuki, and I'm going to admit that I was wrong. Comment section really whipped me into shape with this one, and I appreciate each and every person that commented on that video. And for those of you who needs context, last week I posted a video about Subaru Natsuki and how he was not a warrior. Y'all know what we do on this channel. We determine whether or not fictional characters can be considered warriors or not, by my own standards, of course. And I determined that Subaru was not a warrior. However, I was wrong. And after going back and rewatching some of season 1 and 2, I realized that I was wrong long before even getting to season 3. I have not yet watched season 3, but everybody in the comments let me know that season 3 is lit. So I'm doubling back right now, and I'm admitting to my wrongdoings. I judged Subaru wrong, and here's why. First of all, his skills. Subaru had more going for himself than just Return by Death. He also learned a couple of magic skills along the way. He learned the Shadow Magic skill, which blocked out like vision and all that good stuff. Then he learned the Crystal Magic skill, which he got from Betty. And this Crystal Magic skill was extraordinary to me because he was using her power. Yes, but he was using her power. So I'm going to give that to him as a skill. His goals. Subaru literally had more than just Amelia on his mind the whole time, but his fixation on Amelia is what I focused on. That was my focal point in the last video, because it seemed like he just cared about it. He didn't care about the way that anything else happened for real, as long as Amelia was safe, because every time Amelia wasn't safe, everything else fell apart. So it felt like Amelia was was the main goal, but I was wrong. Amelia was not the main goal. Amelia was just his biggest goal. He found different friendships throughout the show, which showed himself as, first of all, Subaru's a great friend to everyone. He wants to be the best friend he can be to everyone. He genuinely cares about everybody else that he met. Petra, Ram, Betty, Amelia, Roswell, Garfield, Frederica, everybody. He cared about everybody, their emotions, what they wanted to do with their lives, and how they fit into his life. And I was wrong in the fact that I thought he was just fixated on Amelia. Well, I didn't think that. I just focused on him being fixated on Amelia because that's all he ever harps about. Amelia this, Amelia that, Millie. So I was wrong about that. He definitely fitted into his goals, that of saving Rim. He needs to bring Rim back into existence. Well, she's there, but she's not there. Y'all know what's going on if you watch the show. Rom, he wanted to help Rom realize, how she felt about things. He wanted to bring Rom out of her shell, and he helped do that. Betty, he wanted to get Betty out of that library. He wanted to get Betty out of that mansion because of the dangers that was coming, and he did not want to see her die along with anybody else. Amelia, we all know that his goals with Amelia. He wants to help Amelia reach her goals because he loves Amelia, genuinely. Roswell, now this one threw me. He wanted Roswell to still be on his team despite Roswell being listen, I have a thing against Roswell, but I love Roswell at the same time. Roswell's a slime ball, but Subaru still wanted this man on his team, which can be understandable because you know how Subaru is. If you watch the show, you know what type of person Subaru is, so it makes sense. Garfield also threw me because Garfield was kind of a jerk for real, but Subaru saw past that and saw the potential friend that Garfield could be. So he went out of his way during his loops to figure out Garfield so that he could come out with the best outcome. He didn't want Garfield to be an enemy. Garfield ended up being a very powerful ally and the one that helped stop the Bow Hunter from killing everyone. And lastly, the village people. Petra includes in this. The village people was Subaru's prime priority in the second season. He really was there to help Amelia he wanted to help Amelia get through the trials of the witch so that they can unlock the barrier and let those people go home. Also free the people that's been stuck in the sanctuary because they couldn't pass back through the barrier. And that is something that is not just aligned with his goals for Amelia. That is something that Subaru wanted to do for the village people because he genuinely cared about other people. I was wrong. in just stating that he wanted to only save Amelia, because Subaru's heart is way bigger than that. Lastly, I said that he was not smart, so let's talk about his intelligence. Let's double back on that one. First of all, he made up a coherent plan to fail Beetlejuice. After dying to Beetlejuice multiple times, he made up a plan with everybody involved in that witch fight. That whale fight. He had everybody involved. He came up with a plan to stop this cult, and they did that. He came up with a plan to recruit Garfield. He came up with a plan to stop Roswell and his attacks on the village, as well as his attacks on the sanctuary. He discovered Roswell's plans. That's a very important one, because nobody's stupid. I don't care how many times you can die and come back to life. You're not just gonna figure out that this dude was planning what he was planning, because even still, after seeing it, I don't believe that he planned all that. Like, even after watching it all, you can't believe that Roswell is the one that actually put all this into motion because of his fixation with a book. We're gonna talk about that in another video. But yeah. And lastly, he survived the trials of the witch. You know, in order, first of all, he doesn't have mixed blood at all. But for him to be able to take the trials in the first place was already something. But he survived those trials and pushed past those. He overcame his past and the unthinkable present. That is something that a dumb man could not do. I'm sorry. To everybody that I offended with this, I apologize, because I was absolutely wrong about Subaru Natsuki. Subaru is a warrior, but not just any warrior. He's a warrior unlike any other. In this show, there's so many people that fight people. He had a whole boss battle with a whale and a bunch of rabbits. There's so many people that can fight people, so many people that has magical abilities. But Subaru is the realest warrior out of all of them, because Subaru always fought. No matter how many times he got discouraged from dying, he lost his mind from dying, he damn near went crazy, catatonic. He literally was losing his mind by dying over and over and over again. He still pushed through and fought because he wanted to save everybody. He didn't want to lose a single person. And up until the end of season 2, by my knowledge, he has not. He hasn't lost a single person yet. And he doesn't want to lose anybody. And I genuinely believe that Subaru will continue fighting in season 3 to not lose anybody. And even though he isn't a warrior physically, a person that just fights all the time because he doesn't really do the fighting, he's a warrior. And he's still he still fights in other ways. He helps in other ways. And I feel like a warrior isn't somebody that just fights. A warrior has the mentality of saving people or completing a goal by any means necessary, and Subaru definitely fits that category. So I'm resending what I said in the last video. Subaru is definitely a warrior. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys for coming into this video, clicking on it, giving me a chance to explain myself in part 2. Go ahead and subscribe for more videos like these. If you appreciate this, just know I appreciate y'all. And also thank you guys for 500 and something subscribers. You know what? A couple weeks ago, I did not think it was gonna make it here, but we are here, and I appreciate that. I was just making a thank you for 200 subscribers video, and now we're at 522. That's crazy. I really appreciate you guys for running that up for me. Keep running it up, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.